Creed on the bottom side. Core up top. Neither have won in ARCA. Gregson has won in the Truck Series, not in ARCA. Braden won his very first race, trying for number 2. He restarts in 4th. Gregson giving the push to Creed on the bottom side. Can Braden help push Core to the front? Chase Purdy making it a 3-car push on the outside.
Great start on the outside by your guys, Austin. But look at that inside line. Look at the inside line go.
Nosing in front, it's Sheldon Creed leading again at Daytona.
Braden jumps to the inside and leaves Sean Core. Now Sean's going to try to side draft to kill the momentum on the inside.
Braden is fast, and now he's on the bottom side, chasing Gregson and Creed. Holmes right there on the bottom side in the 23.
See, Tom Hessert, Michael Self went through the middle, put the 66 of Mark Thompson on the outside.
Purdy has moved up top. We'll see if he can push Core back into contention. Right now, the top 2 have checked out just a bit. Creed and Gregson. 3 to go in Daytona.
See that outside line trying to get a little momentum. Look at the black and blue car of Hessert with a bit of a run. He's pull up on the back of the 8 of Purdy. Now he's going to go around the outside, put Purdy in the middle. Michael Self's helping him on the outside.
Oh, and Purdy's just going backwards there in the middle with no help. Self in the green and white 15. Munter down on the grass. Will it stay green?
Great save by Leilani.
Trying to get out of the way as we come to the line with 2 to go coming up.
3 wide.
Back there for 5th position. And Gus Dean grabs that spot for a moment.
How can Gus Dean be racing for the 4th spot with all that damage in that 32 car?
Top 4 have checked out just a bit. Creed, Gregson, Braden, and Holmes.
Just 2 to go.
Dean is in 5th, then Core, Hessert, Herbst, Purdy, and Self, the top 10. Prater, Zane Smith, who dominated early, is back in 12th position.
27 wants to go to the outside, but he has to be careful here.
He needs to wait a lap, I think. Don't want to take a shot now. Purdy's pushing Core in the outside.
And you don't want to show them your move until you're ready.
Coming down for the white, Kevin.
Through the tri-oval. Sheldon Creed with Noah Gregson on his bumper. 2.5 miles to go in the season opener at Daytona. And we're back to a dozen right there in a pack. Creed into turn number 2. Gregson a car length behind. Another car length back to Braden. Here comes Core again in that blue 43 on the top side with a good push from Purdy. And they're wrecking. Holmes is going around and upside down. Zane Smith around. A big one here at Daytona, but keep in mind, this is not the finish of this race. We will see a 1-lap shootout to determine this one. So another restart coming. And that's Holmes on his side. Thompson also comes to a stop, and multiple cars involved here on the final lap at Daytona.
There's the 32 of Gus Dean.
He survived the early contact, a couple of more near misses with contact. His day looks like it will come to a close, and we will have a red flag.
We could feel the energy building from up here.
Yeah, and you just fight for space, and you get to the last lap, and you know if you give up 3 or 4 feet, then you're probably not going to get it back.
There's Mark Thompson, who's having such a good run. We see him moving around in the car.
Winning that down.
I want to see Bret Holmes, who was on his side. There's Bret moving around. That's Gus Dean, I'm sorry. That's Gus Dean. He says he's okay.
He gave that car a great ride after all that damage he got earlier in the race.
And through all of that, Sean Core is shown in 2nd position. But we'll wait and see how this all plays out once they get things settled in.
Yeah, it all depends on when the ARCA racing officials put the caution flag out, because you cannot advance your position once the caution flag is displayed.
But he was moving on that top line. He's definitely in the top 4 or so.
Definitely had some momentum, yes. Yeah. He could very well be in 2nd.
The top lane had a bunch of good cars there right before that wreck. He had the 41 of Zane Smith, Purdy.
I think Zane ended up with a lot of damage in this incident as well.
So I think that's a good sign that Bret Holmes is okay, because they're working on just putting the car back upright.
I believe that's Zane right there, isn't it?
That does look like
that is
Zane
Zane.
Smith.
Yep. He walked under his own power to the ambulance. It's good to see.
He had a great run early. A little contact on pit road, got shuffled back, and too many good cars. It was too difficult to make your way back to the front. Gustine climbing out.
And remember, as you mentioned, we will have a one-lap shootout.
Because they saw the white flag, that's why.
You take the white, then you come around and take the checkered.
Yep, we'll get confirmation from the ARCA officials. It will be green and white together when they restart this race for one lap. But that doesn't mean that's going to be it. If we have another incident on that last lap, then we will have another restart. We will finish this race under green.
We've got time.
We have time.
Cup qualifying is at noon tomorrow. So we're clear until then.
I mean, we've kept Austin up here the whole time. We might as well just finish it off.
This is good view, though, isn't it?
Great view.
Not as good as the view he had last year out front. We'll take that one. Austin Terrio is joining us in the booth, the 2017 ARCA champion. With Bill Parsons, I'm Kevin Lee. Jim Trado and Dylan Welch are on pit road. And we had a pretty big win on the white flag lap.
Talk about the nerves that Sheldon Creed is feeling right now. He knows he's in first place, but the race is not over yet.
He seems like a pretty calm character to me, but that may be just outward appearance. Everyone has to feel it, because I put you in the same category. You appear as calm and as steady as anyone I've ever met. What are you feeling in those circumstances?
You still feel it.
Yeah.
You still feel it. One lap to go. The race is not over. Anything can happen.
We can see Bret moving around over the top of the hood. Yes, it is. You can see the roof is intact with that car. It did not smash. Didn't look like it landed on the roof. Certainly landed on the side and slid along on its side.
We'll have to see a replay of that.
So it's going to take a little bit to clean up the carnage from this one, and then we are in store for a one-lap shootout with great stories up front. Sheldon Creed has won Stadium Super Truck Championships. He's driven on road courses. And there's Bret Holmes. Good to see.
Absolutely.
Definitely disappointed, but it's good to see him out.
Yeah, he had a great run going to. Did a really nice job. Looking for a fresh start to the 2018 season, and he was within a half a lap having a great finish.
Now, if our monitors are correct, Chase Purdy's running 5th, and just a lap before that, he was in the middle lane headed backwards, so good recovery for him.
So let's go back and look at how all of this got started. Look at the 23 on the bottom side of Holmes.
See that we've got the 18 pushing the 32, and the 32's trying to help the 23, but he catches him in the right rear corner, and that turns him sideways, and I think he launched off the front of the 66 of Mark Thompson.
If it wouldn't have been for that incident, the outside line definitely would have had a shot at the win.
And I think you guys might be right. Sean Corr is being shown on our scoring monitor in second, and he's lined up second under this red flag.
See, look at the momentum the outside lane had before that.
I'm not sure, though. It depends on.
Remember, it's not instantaneous. I mean, it's not. The caution flag's going to come out as soon as they can, because they know the damage is severe enough that we need a caution flag. As you see Bret Holmes sliding down driver's side.
That's going to be close, because Corr definitely had the momentum, and it was on his way. From that angle, it looks like he is ahead of.
It does.
I think
Gregson.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure does.
And then Purdy is up there. And Zane Smith almost was ahead of it, and he got hit on the rear quarter.
Yeah, Dave Mader III made hard contact with Zane Smith. Dave Mader was doing a nice job. We haven't talked a whole lot about him. He's a former winner here in the series back in, what, 91?
Correct.
He won a race at Michigan. He was a Snowball Derby winner in 1978.
On board with Gustine.
pedal the throttle and try to get out from that situation.
Riley Herbst has had a few close calls tonight.
Both those cars in front of him involved in the incident. Let's see how Riley gets through here.
Looks like he takes a wild ride through the grass.
He dodged 2 of them. Didn't spend too much time on the grass, though.
Did a great job. This is going to be a great view right here. Look at everybody going down to the grass. That's Thomas Prater, that yellow and black car that went through the grass a little bit, and then we saw Riley Herbst go through the grass.
Prater came out of that scored in the 6th position.
Yeah, you see Riley Herbst is pushing the 32. Really, Gustine, we heard him trying to get out of the throttle, but he's being pushed from behind. Just made contact with the wrong spot on that 32. And look how far underneath the 32, the 23 that Gustine goes. Michael Self going through there. There's Tom Hessert, the 55, going through there. There's the contact from Dave Mader.
Big impact.
He was fastest in practice here on Thursday.
Yeah.
He was really enjoying his weekend.
I'm not sure there was a happier person in the garage area than Dave Mader.
So this is all in the back stretch going in, heading towards turn 3. Look at the visual of those sparks.
Yeah, it's amazing pictures.
And there's the aftermath of the 23 for Bret Holmes. So Holmes, Dean, Smith, Mader, and Thompson among those involved. We have a green-white finish coming up. 1 lap to determine the opener at Daytona. Stay with us on FS1.